Welcome to Cents and Sensibility, where we like to talk about money without the stress. I'm Chris. Today I'm here with my co-host,
Phil.
And our good friend,
Luke.
From Done with Debt. He is a certified debt consultant. So on this segment, we've been doing horror stories or debt horror stories. And yeah, before we get into it, how do you get into what you do being a certified debt consultant?
So I fell into it by accident. Yeah. I had my resume, had a bunch of sales experience, and someone reached out to me and found me. And I'm really thankful to this guy named Daniel who found me.
Okay.
And brought me on board. And then next thing you know, here I am years later, still doing the same thing.
Hell yeah. I mean, simple. Tripped into it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
You never know where you're going to land.
No, you don't. Well, at least you landed on your feet, so. At least you landed, so. Awesome. Well, that's good. And so I guess, like, kicking things off, we always gotta know, like, what's your wildest debt story that you've, like, encountered, whether it be like, hey, this person, like, murdered someone over it. Obviously, that's a little bit extreme, I'm sure. Hope, God forbid, but, so tell us something crazy.
So wildest.
Yeah, because I'm sure, I know money causes a lot of stress, right?
Yeah.
But, like, to what extent? And I can only imagine, what you guys deal with, so.
So there's sad. You hear a lot of sadness.
Yeah.
A lot of widows in debt. Those are always the saddest and the ones that you want to go to bat for.
Yeah.
Always.
Wait, the widows?
Yeah.
You go to bat for, huh?
Yeah, or the older ladies.
The single older ladies. He's like, now's my chance to strike.
So those are the ladies that you want to help the most because they're, yeah. But the weirdest story was a guy from Texas, and he didn't have too much debt, but his story was crazy. He lived in a trailer park, and there's no judgment on that.
Yeah.
But he had income, and he had debt that he wanted to get rid of because he told me he was about to check out. And,
damn.
Yeah, and he was really smart. I really enjoyed talking to him, and I really believed what he said that he was going to do. But I don't know what that meant. I couldn't get to the bottom of why he wanted to pass on, if he didn't want to pass on the debt to his children.
Yeah.
But he's like, we got a couple years and then we're going to wrap this up. So he was making an effort to pay it back. And I don't know if he was going to prison or if he was going to kill himself, but it was eerie. You could sense it.
That is kind of crazy. I mean, like,
you could sense it.
Yeah. I mean,
debt will lead a lot of people to that place, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, the stress just all.
Feels like you can't get out and you're trapped.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, like, I'll say a million times, like, I know I don't handle stress well just because, like, for me, I had like $2,000 worth of debt at one point, and that was tripping me out. I was just like every morning I would wake up, it's obviously now it's it's gotten handled and taken care of, but every morning I'd wake up and be like, fuck this, fuck that.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't want to do anything until, like, this thing that's, like, looming over me gets taken care of, and, like, I don't know, I couldn't go out, even though, like, it wasn't, like, impacting my life. I think I made it more so impact my life, but that's crazy.
Because you know that you're never going to catch up with this.
Yeah. Well,
you can pay the minimums.
Yeah.
You can struggle.
I mean, that's how they get you.
But you're not going to catch up.
Damn.
I'll talk to him, or
he's like, I haven't been in a week.
So the thing about him was that he didn't have a job.
Oof.
He couldn't prove any kind of income to me, but he had incomes. He had a source of income coming from somewhere.
Drugs.
That was my takeaway.
Yeah. Or maybe he was, like, deep in with, like, also, like, loan sharks, because he's like, if I don't opt out, someone's going to opt out for me.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in trouble.
Or his kneecaps.
And matter of fact, he's actually getting settlements really quickly.
Maybe he's called in,
I don't know.
So you were able to get him enrolled.
He was enrolled, and he actually started getting settlements really quick. And to be honest, he started getting really a lot quicker than other people. So I don't know.
You know what makes me wonder is if like, okay, this is probably like morally fucked up. Just hear me out though. What if he's actually like lying, right? And just using this sob story because somehow he knows someone who maybe went through your program or the system, because Google search can tell you a lot. And then it's like, yo, if I use a sob story, people are gonna like work hard for me.
You get that too all the time, and so yeah, no, it's a thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to call someone out on a story like that.
Yeah. You're not gonna do it.
So
You're still going to work the same.
So yesterday I spoke to a guy that he called in sobbing, had cancer. We made it halfway through the call, showed him what I could do for him. And then next thing you know, he's kind of pushing me around and telling me the cancer was no big deal. And
casual. Yeah, this terminal cancer, it's nothing.
yeah,
Don't worry about
no,
it.
it's nothing that we can't handle. And, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm like, wait a second. What happened to all the drama in the beginning of the call?
Shit,
So
man.
you don't know. You don't know if they're telling the truth, but it's fun to kind of figure that out.
Yeah. I mean, damn, that's crazy.
What would you say like a common problem is that you see a lot with these people that you're talking to?
Hopefully not killing themselves, but yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Overspending.
Overspending?
Yeah.
On credit cards,
Overspending.
personal loans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like-
also too, medical things.
Oh, yeah?
Things happen where things come up, and hypothetically, their path to pay off their debt would have worked, but life occurred. Life happened.
Life always happens.
It always happens, and people always end up not being able to pay off their debt.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but, okay, so I forget where I've read this and heard this, but I know, like, is it like, I don't know how true it is, maybe it's like state to state it's different, but I've heard or also read somewhere that like hospitals can't really go after you for medical debt. Like it can't go to collections because for whatever's like I don't know if it's a state law or state laws, but they can't go after you for medical debt though.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I mean,
But it's still on your report.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
It's just
That-
like most lenders will overlook it because they know they're not going to come after you for it. So.
okay. Because I was gonna say I remember when I was a kid, my like early years, if you will, like in my 20s, I may or may not have like wrecked my elbow snowboarding, and I had like a lapse in my health insurance. So they're like, "Hey, you're gonna rack up like a $19,000 bill." I was like, "Yo, just to put it back in place, you got me fucked up."
Mm-hmm.
You like just cut it off.
Yeah, and we're honest, all right. I'm like, you guys are already cutting off my clothes, like just cut it off,
guy.
He's great. We do all the time. But yeah, no, I mean, like for me, I was just like freaking out about it because I was like, how the hell am I gonna? Yeah, because the hospital was calling me up saying, hey, we want the 19,000. Obviously, years later, I go find out you can just call back and be like, hey, I can't pay this hardship, whatever nonsense, and they can just write off like 95% of it because whatever, and then it's like a tax break for them. So I'm like, what the fuck? But my thing is more so, I mean, damn, medical bills though.
Yeah, so with the medical stuff, like if people come to us with unpaid medical bills and they want to clear that up, it's no big deal. But the warning that we share with them is that they may have a toxic relationship with that doctor or with that hospital, and they
stop seeking treatment from that hospital.
yeah, or that doctor may not.
Yeah.
The doctor can choose not to see them in the future.
Oh yeah, true.
I mean, at the end of the day, that the hospitals just want to make money, and they're like, no, they're not going to pay me. Why would we take them back?
Yeah,
That is fair. Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Huh. I'm like, yeah, like, yo, America, land of the free, man. Home,
costs just keep going up.
yeah, dude, the medical system in America is
Worse and worse.
it's dog water, in my opinion. But I don't know. I mean, like, I've been in it. I've been through it, dealt with it. So, like, I don't know. I can comfortably say, like, no disrespect to like doctors and nurses. I appreciate everything they do and everything, but like, I think the like billing system that we use and crap is just dog water.
Yeah, I don't even understand it.
Yeah.
Well, it's a scam.
So
Well, yeah, I was gonna say.
They'll charge you a certain amount, and then
What? Like-
you'll ask for a itemized bill, and then it's like half the cost of what they just.
are you talking about a $63 Benadryl from the year emergency?
Yeah.
Yeah, or like a $10 Jello for your stay?
Oh, not the $10 Jello.
Whatever, $20 Jello.
Something.
Probably more than
Something's going on here.
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's not the good kind.
Well, it's all
Yeah.
yeah, like subsidies from the government. They get paid out on.
Oh,
that
yeah,
stuff,
that's what I'm
so
saying,
They
like-
just charge whatever they want. They're like, oh, we'll reimburse you.
Yeah.
Just keep telling us how much we owe you.
Shit is crazy.
Kinda.
So I'm like, okay, so you deal with a lot of, like, unfortunately, some crazies or whatever. So, like, ever had, like, anybody ever just, like, call in to you guys? Or, let's say, you ever, like, had dealt with anybody and had thought, yo, like, I want to help this person, but they're so far gone. That, like, whether, obviously, I'm assuming to some extent the guy who said he was going to opt out was probably feeling like, hey, I'm hopeless or whatever. Have you ever dealt with people where you're like, yo, I can't help you?
Yeah. Damn. Yeah.
Do they just have like crippling debt? Like so much so that you're like, yo, you're gonna have to stay crippled for life. Get a wheelchair.
You know what it is? Is they can't see a way out.
Oh.
Yeah, they can't. And they maybe don't have much earning potential. And so they've got a lot of debt with no earning potential. And so they can't afford a program.
Yeah.
So there's really nothing you can do. Damn.
At what point should someone like think about bankruptcy?
That's a good question.
He's thinking, he's like,
Yeah.
I want to say never, but like, there are such.
I mean,
You throwing curveballs.
Razzle dazzle.
Gonna make things tricky with the on. All right.
what you're really thinking here.
I
I would imagine like it'd have to
somebody.
6 figures at least.
Well, a lot of debt, and somebody who owns a home, already owns the home, and they're not making, they want to make a big purchase in the next year. I don't know.
Because isn't like bankruptcy what like on your like?
Well, there's different chapters.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And
Yeah.
if you have assets, like declaring bankruptcy at that point, then you're basically gonna forfeit most of your assets.
Yeah.
It depends on your situation for sure. I was just trying to get your take on it. What do you think?
Because I mean, some people feel like honestly, but a lot of people.
move to Mexico, you think? And
Yeah.
forget about the deal.
Well, I can tell you this: I have customers that have done bankruptcy multiple times.
Yeah.
And these customers, they never intended to ever pay back the debt that they took on in the first place.
That's what I want.
And so they just do this for 10 years.
Like when I'm in my 60s, I'm racking up as much as I can before I die.
Yeah.
And it won't be my problem,
Yeah.
my opinion. But that's just me. That's just me. I mean, literally, I'm going
Well, you
all
know
out.
exactly.
I don't know, I feel like when I'm like 60, 65, that's when I'll start to panic. Because I mean, like the average person lives till I think they say like 82,
Yeah.
something like that. So.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to go into your kids.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe I won't ever have kids. Who knows?
That doesn't mean he's not going to have kids.
We don't know if he can.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I mean, anything could happen. Like I could go in. I mean, I ride motorcycles. Who knows? It could be an
I
accident.
didn't know that about him.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Not me. But I mean, all right. So, I guess,
He's young.
yeah. I mean, relatively. I mean, my body is definitely not. I'm beat to shit. I'm damaged goods.
Okay.
Military will do that to you.
All right.
But
Look great.
But you look great.
it's all a lie, dude. It's all facade. I was gonna say, so I guess like obviously you're dealing with a lot of like interesting different circumstances with people, money, and debt loads and such. So somebody listening, watching, what have it, if they're feeling like buried and overwhelmed in this, like in their circumstances, what would be like a step-by-step, like, or step-by-step advice you'd give them? You'd be like, hey,
You pick up the phone and call me.
call you.
Call
Okay.
me. The hardest part about the whole process is just picking up the phone. And I really believe that. These people maybe have heard us 10 times before they'll pick up the phone. And then once they finally pick up the phone, I can give them good news.
Yeah.
And help them get out of debt.
Okay. Well,
in a reasonable amount of time.
so like when you say reasonable amount of time, like what's
Yeah, I mean, anywhere from it could be 6 months, it could be up to 48 months, depending on what's going on. It's always different.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, I would imagine the more debt you have, it's going to take you.
yeah, a little longer.
Like longer.
Well, I mean, dang.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I appreciate you coming on the show, sharing this.
man. So do I. This has been a great experience.
Hell yeah.
I think this has been the best episode yet.
Yeah.
I believe you'll have kids.
I don't know. I mean, like when you find the right person, right? Everything's gonna work itself out, and you know, in regards to that. But, all right, yeah. I mean, so obviously our show is sponsored by Done with Debt, where they have a team of certified debt consultants that provide debt relief services, debt settlement services, so on and so forth, and financial advice. So if you feel that, you know, hey, you're in need, or you have like some crazy amount of debt, like 10,000, 15,000 or more, feel free to give them a call. You can ask for Luke.
Ask for Luke.
You know, if that's what you want. Phone number, if I'm correct, is 888-322-1054. And then if not, if you don't want to call in and talk to our good friend Luke here, you can always go to donewithdebt.com. Just fill out a simple form, and you know they'll reach out. Great team of people.
Talk to somebody.
Yeah, and like you said, you know, first thing you gotta do, and first step you should be taking, is just picking up the phone. And honestly, like I feel that I think with any like, I'm a hardcore procrastinator, so like that's always been my thing, is just taking that first step. But guarantee if you take that first step, you won't regret it. So give them a call if you feel that, you know, it could be beneficial to you, or hey, you know, explore your options. So yeah, but
And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and don't forget to tune in each week to see if Chris actually becomes a dad.
hey, I'm saying, dude, you never know. You never know. Hey,
Daddy.
And if
All
you're
right.
interested,
yeah, who knows? You know, we got the DMs, but no, yeah,
And if he finds the right person, he doesn't need to take on the debt.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know, it's sugar mamas. Ooh,
She
Yeah.
can take on the debt.
I mean, she's a sugar mom. She won't. I won't even have to worry about the debt. Neither will she. She has the money. We're good.
Debt.
I mean, she has assets.
looking to spend money.
Oh yeah, and I'm the asset. Spend.
He puts the ass in.
It's like, you heard that too.
Yeah, you know. But as always, thanks for tuning in, and keep your senses or sense and sensibilities in check.